Hello everyone, it's me Doodlemans86 and we are back on the channel with a review of this little set of minifigures. So these pretty much just popped up on eBay, they were being listed, and then stores, specifically Toys R Us, started getting the set, and then they came individually packed, and then on Target just one day it showed up as a set. So if you guys already seen the review, I already got the Godzilla and Kong a long time ago because I thought they were never going to show up on stores, but I've been proven wrong. Here's the set, and let's just get to the review. Man, it's been a while, but taking a look at the box here, you can see it's a pretty big box. It's got the oranges and blues of the infamous Playmates box. You have Godzilla and Kong at the top, collectible figures, it's a little pack. And on the back here, you get a synopsis and a nice wide image of the two characters. And if I compare it to the individual packs, it doesn't share this like art they used before. And so I'm not sure what that's about. But other than that, they pretty much look the exact same. And if you want to see my detailed review on the Godzilla and Kong minis, I'll link it in the description and at the end of this video. But yeah, I already reviewed those guys. So let's start up with someone new here, and that is with the Skullcrawler. And here I have to lower the camera and zoom in a little because this is a very small figure, not just in height, in length and width. So we have our little Skullcrawler here. Very nice detail. These minis do have great detail and paint to them, so although they're very small, they do look very nice. So the sculpt's really great, pretty smooth, but you have all the wrinkles and little lines, the bumps and spikes at the top here, the boning detail for the face, that's very nice. And you have the teeth in there, which look great. And the inside of the mouth is pretty good. The eyes, very nice. And again, the little veins on this Skullcrawler are very well done, especially the top here. It's very bony-like, I like that. The pose he's in is very great. It's like he's stalking his prey right now. The paint is very similar to the bigger 6-inch Skullcrawler, but you do have the yellow streaks down here at the top. So that's new, and the black eyes there. So yeah, it was very similar. I wish I could compare it, but I don't have it. But yeah, a great mini, a pretty good one. I like it. Very nice. And here he is next to the Kong. So yeah, very size accurate between these two. And we are going to move on to our next mini, and that is the Warbat. So here's Warbat. If you notice, similar to the 6-inch one, but because of that, when you stand him, the top is very heavy. So my mini Skullcrawler, my mini Warbat and my 6-inch one like to fall down to their right like this. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just because of how heavy they are. So I am going to try to like heat them up or something. But yeah, he does come with a stand because sometimes he doesn't stand on his own, but sometimes he can. But you should probably use the stand because of all that weight he's carrying. But the detail on this Warbat is nice. I like the scales here. I like this part. Very nice and detailed. The face is so tiny, but it has its detail, and you can see the teeth. And the gums there, very nice. And the stand is falling apart. Yeah, here's the wings, very nice and smooth. I like that. And the pose he's in is pretty cool as well. And the paint is very, it's very plain. You see, we have the bone-like grayish brown color, the yellow eyes, and then the red. So not much going on with him, but I wasn't expecting much. But yeah, another nice mini. It's very well done. And of course, here he is next to the 6-inch Warbat. He's a very lighter color than the 6-inch Warbat, but aside from that, they're pretty much almost the same thing, but just in a smaller scale. So yeah, you can have a little army of Warbats now. So yeah, very nice mini. I like it. Pretty cool. Not bad at all. So now we can take a look at one of the favorites of this set and the one everyone was most excited for, and that is Behemoth. Now, something interesting is he's from King of the Monsters, not Godzilla vs. Kong. So why he was included in the set is who knows, honestly. And if they can make a mini Behemoth, they could probably make a 6-inch one, and that idea is very exciting. But the detail on this Behemoth is very nice. See the back and the fur? The tusks, very nice and detailed. The face, look at his angry eyes. Either that or he's very bored. The claws are very well done, despite being so small. You have the toes and the back. So yeah, they put detail into this mini, and the paint, very sweet. Like the little gold they used here, I think is interesting. I feel like they should have used green because that's more accurate, but gold is an interesting paint choice. And then you have his yellow eyes. So yeah, not sure why they chose Behemoth. Maybe because he was a fan favorite, and maybe they made a figure of him because of that, but that doesn't really make much sense, does it? So who knows why this thing exists, but I'm glad it does, because now we at least have a Behemoth figure, and it's very cool. I wish I could compare it to something, but I don't have a Behemoth figure. So please, make more. And then the last one of the set, probably the one no one was excited for, was HellHawk. This is the only HellHawk figure we have. Is it in scale with anything? No, not really, because the HellHawks are almost near the size of humans. So he's not even going to scale with the biggest Kong in your collection. But what does it matter? We at least have him. He also comes with a stand. Oop, no. There we go. So yeah, the detail on HellHawk is good. I like the bumps in the back. Those feel nice. It looks like a mountain back here. The face, very nice. I like the scales and the beak and his ugly face. You have the hands and the arms. The wings, very thick, not as thin as I thought they were going to be. And the claws down here are very sharp looking. Very nice too. The paint is a very pale white gray, red eyes, brown beak, and the glossy blackish, more gray toes or claws. So yeah, I think those are interesting. Good mini. I do say this is probably my least favorite just because HellHawk is an alright monster and honestly not the one I was excited for. So yeah, these are very great minis. If I had to say which ones I think are the best, HellHawk for me is the worst. Then it's Warbat, Skullcrawler, Kong, Godzilla, and then Behemoth. And now for the size comparison, you can see HellHawk is pretty much the tallest one out of here. Skullcrawler is very small. These guys are very small. They are like 1 to 2 inches. Not even that close to 2 inches. Maybe HellHawk is, but no one else is. So as you can see, these guys are very, very small. These are probably some of the smallest Godzilla figures I have seen in a while. So to show you some size comparisons, why don't I pull out some small stuff and big stuff. Right here you can see I pulled out 2 finger puppets and some Godzilla Kingdom figures. They may be smaller than these minis, but that should put into perspective how small these guys are. Here they are next to the Playmates GVK 6-inch line as well as a NECA figure. They reach their knees. That is how small they are. Just look at that. They just reach their knees. And here we have a size comparison between some Gashapons and some Bandai minis. Here we have the anniversary figure, a Bandai Pack of Destruction, and the Gashapons, which are taller than these guys. And here we have them next to the Pack of Destruction 2014 minis and the Jack Specific figures. So you can tell these are very small. I mean, look at that. Rodan is about the same size as Kong in terms of the body to head. So here is all the MonsterVerse minifigures together as at last, though, you know, the ones that have been released so far. Very nice. I like how this looks. Ghidorah just doesn't stand. Okay, but you can see these are all the minis so far. I am missing the Melmuto. They don't scale, so these minis are probably not going to scale with anything. And that is it for the review. That was the minifigures, the collectible MonsterVerse minifigures from Godzilla vs. Kong. They are very small, very nicely detailed. The paint is pretty good on them. And I do think that they are very nice little things. They could sit on your desk, on the shelf. You could even customize them. They're really not going to scale with anything. I can see the Skullcrawler and the Kong or Godzilla being like babies, Warbat maybe being a baby. HellHawk just doesn't scale with anything, and neither does Behemoth. So yeah, they're not really going to scale with anything, but they are very nice little minis. You could put them with some other things, and honestly, they're not that bad. I'll see you all next time, and bye-bye.
Yes, yes, come to Papa!